To begin, we will need 4 key measurements: waist circumference, hip circumference, hip length from waist to the widest point, and the desired length of the skirt. Our pattern will consist of 2 back panels, 2 front panels, and 2 flounce panels, all cut in mirror image for symmetry. While the length provided here serves as a starting point, feel free to tailor it to your preferences. We will begin by drawing a perpendicular line to the edge. Measure 5 cm down, then make a diagonal line to the waistline, which should be 1/4 of the waist circumference. For example, if your waist is 72 cm, this line should measure 18 cm. Connect these points with a curved line to create the waistline for the back side of the skirt. Let's add the length of the skirt. The full length of the skirt in the back will be 64 cm. From it, we will subtract the length of the flounce, which is 14 cm, and the width of the waistband, which is 4 cm. Now the sideline will be 2 cm shorter and needs to be perpendicular to the curved waistline. Connect both points with a curved line. Check if the skirt is wide enough for your hip circumference. From the waist down, measure the height of your hip and then measure the pattern width at this level. It needs to be at least 1/4 of your hip circumference. But ideally, since it's a flared skirt, we want it to be wider than hip circumference. Cut out your pattern. Some people like to add seam allowance to the pattern, but I add my seam allowance when I cut the fabric. Either way works as long as you don't forget to add seam allowance. To make the front pattern, draw a center line perpendicular to the edge. Place your back pattern connecting the center back line with the center front line. Trace the waistline and the side line. Flip it to the other side and trace again. One side length is the same as back side. Center length will be 27 cm and the other side will be 12 cm. And then connect these points with a curved line. To make the flounce pattern at the bottom of the skirt, we need to know the length of the bottom curved line. Measure the length of the front bottom line and multiply it by 2. Do the same for the back bottom line. Now add them together and this will be the total length of our flounce. Flounce pattern will have a spiral shape. Draw a circle with a radius of 2.5 cm. Now add the width of the flounce. I want my flounce to be 14 cm finished, so I'll add 2 cm for seam allowance for a total of 16 cm. Connect the circle with the width of the flounce on one side with a curved line. point measures the length of the inner curved line. Continue adding to the spiral until you reach half of the length of the bottom of the skirt. Lay fabric face down. Trace the patterns. Make sure center back line and center front line follow the grain of the fabric which runs along the edge of the fabric. When tracing, please remember that we need 2 back patterns in a mirror image, 2 front patterns in a mirror image, and 2 flounces in a mirror image. And don't forget to add 1.5–2 cm seam allowance to every side of the pattern, except for the flounce, as we included 2 cm seam allowance in the pattern. Now let's cut out the waistband. The length of a waistband is equal to waist measurement plus additional 4 cm for button closure. The width of a base waistband will equal to 8 cm. Again, remember to cut the fabric with seam allowance. I'm using medium weight fusible interfacing to add a little stiffness and durability to the waistband. Place your waistband with the wrong side of the fabric to the fusible side of interfacing and cut. Fuse the interfacing to the fabric with a hot iron. Make sure to use ironing cloths to keep the surface of the iron clean. We will add fusible to the zipper part as well. Cut out two rectangles equal to the lengths and widths of the zipper and fuse them to the center back seam allowance where your zipper will be placed. From the waistline, measure the length of your zipper minus 1 inch. My zipper is 9 inches, so I'll mark 8 inches from the waist down. Sew all the way down, starting at the zipper mark. Make sure to start with the back stitch. Now for the zipper part, we will also sew it together, but we will reduce the tension of the top thread and we will increase the length of the stitch. This way we will be able to easily pull the thread when done with the zipper. Don't use the back stitch on this part. When done, make sure to change the settings back to normal. Finish the edges with a serger or zigzag stitch. Place the zipper face down at the waistline and pin it to the seam connecting center of the zipper with the seam. Since we will be making the stitch on the face side of the skirt, we want to be able to see the pins and remove them as we go. So let's repin the zipper on the face side of the fabric and remove the pins from the back. use zipper foot and make a top stitch about 1 cm along each side of the center of the seam. When you get to the bottom of the zipper, make the stitch 1 cm past the starting point of the main seam. Now we can remove the temporary stitch that we used for zipper. Connect two flounce parts together. This would be our seam in the center back. Let's double fold the hemline of the flounce and finish with the edge stitch.